Hello, everybody. My name is Carmen. Welcome to my life. So, a lot of people have asked me, they said, hey, I have my phone right here. Sorry, I just got a notification. So, a lot of people have asked me, hey, what's going on with your son? And they're curious to know why he was in the hospital and why he has to have a go bag. I did a go bag in my last video, so I figured I would fill you in on our story or his story. So I did like this online journal called Caring Bridge. I don't know if any of you know about that. It's really cool. You can Google it, and it's great for special needs families. They can have this entire journal. I blogged in this thing all the time. It was a way I could update people, and it was back before Facebook was a thing. So I took the liberty of printing out the first few days of my online journal. Here it is. I'm going to do a series of my Caring Bridge journal. This thing is not today, 100 and I believe it was 156 pages. I'm not going to read it all today, thank goodness. You can thank me later. So I am going to read the first few days of it, and I'll start doing this, and it'll be a series. I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't know how many installments it's going to take. So I will start. The first entry was on Tuesday, March the 20th, but the story actually started the day before when I had gone to the doctor for my ultrasound. This was going to be our 20-week ultrasound. Actually, I think it was 19 weeks. But this was going to be the ultrasound, and excuse me, we were trying to decide if we were going to find out, ooh, it's the baby a girl or a boy. So we got there, we're all excited. So Monday, March 19th was the ultrasound. Went into my doctor's office. The tech was a guy. My husband was in there with me, and the tech puts the wand on my belly, and he's very quiet. I'd never had an ultrasound to find out the sex of a baby before, so I didn't know if this was normal for him. But he was very quiet. He asked me two questions. He said, "Who's your doctor? And have you had any genetic testing?" That was the only two questions he asked me. He's very quiet. So I told him my doctor's name, who happened to be there at the clinic, and I told him that I had had no genetic testing. He said, "Okay, I'll be right back." And he leaves the room. Turned to my husband and I said, "The vibe in here just got really heavy and something is wrong." He was like, "No, just wait till they come back." In comes the doctor along with the ultrasound tech, and she looks at the screen, and I can't see it. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at anyway. She says, "Oh my." I knew something was up. So, of course, she tells me there's something wrong with the baby. It's probably about 4:30 in the afternoon. There was no way I was going to get to the Texas Medical Center from where we were in enough time to see any doctor. She says, "You have an appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning at this such and such doctor's office." He is a very high risk maternal fetal medicine specialist. And we thought, oh, it must be really bad. Um, so she said, "Get down there and let's go from there." So, of course, that night on our way home, I called one of my best friends in the world. Her name is Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. Uh, and she prayed with me, and she let everyone that she could know about what was going on. And my husband and I were in separate cars. He had come from work, and I had come from home, so we had met there. Um, we stopped by work and let them know I was going to be gone until further notice, and called family members and basically started our prayer chain. So this um, is the following day, and it actually our appointment looks like was at 11:15. So I'm going to start reading. I may choke up because I've never read this thing the whole way through. So here we go. So Tuesday, March 20th, we went to the doctor this morning at 11:15 in the medical center. The news is not encouraging, but there is a remote possibility that something can be done. As we were watching the ultrasound, the baby's heartbeat slowed to about 80. Dangerous for a baby that small. It ticked up, but it was scary to see. Baby is not moving due to the absence of fluid. Baby is laying in a position that the doctor said he was not even flexible enough to duplicate. Anyway, the specialist gave us three options. Number one, terminate the pregnancy and go no further. This is not an option for us, and we won't even consider it. Option number 2, do nothing and let nature take its course. And then option 3, do a procedure that is like an amniocentesis, but the fluid would be taken from baby's abdomen and analyzed. It involves needles and a local anesthesia due to difference. Oh, apparently I didn't use punctuation here. It involves needles and local anesthesia. Due to differences in anatomy, if the baby is determined to be a girl, there is nothing further to be done and nature will take its course. If it's a boy, there is a chance that a laser surgery can be done to unblock what is blocked in the baby that is causing the problem. Even then, there is no guarantee. We have chosen option 3. We are going back to the medical center tomorrow morning at 8:45 for the thing. The results will take 24 hours to come in, so there will be more waiting and praying. Our worship pastor is going to meet us there, and from what I hear, there are prayers being lifted up all over the country for us. You will never know the comfort we feel that everyone is praying for us. We are so blessed to have friends like you all, and even complete strangers praying for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God is in control, and He created the heavens and the earth. This is so much bigger than us, and we take complete comfort in knowing that there are people that love us, and that God loves us, and He has us in the palm of His hand. Carmen. So the following day, apparently this was after the procedure, March 21st, 2007. Good afternoon to all. The procedure this morning wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The doctor told me the local anesthesia would feel like a bee sting. Well, it was more like a large cat bite. It kind of hurt. But obviously I lived. I didn't watch anything. I kept my eyes closed for the whole thing. The needle that eventually drew off the fluid hurt the worst when it went through my uterus. I felt a bit of cramping when it went in and came out but other than that, no real pain to speak of. The fluid is now being analyzed by the genetics lab of the hospital by the chief technician there. I heard the doctor on the phone telling them that they'd better get it right or they would hear from him. We got a chuckle out of that. For the medical types that read this, the procedure was just like a paracentesis, only it wasn't on me, it was on the baby. Fascinating. Now all there is to do is wait and pray. I want to say a special thank you to our worship pastor at our church for meeting us in the medical center and waiting with us at the doctor's office. It was a sweet time despite how nervous and scared I was. Thank you for all the guest book entries and all the love that we are feeling throughout our journey. Our hearts are hurting so bad right now, and it hurts to breathe. Keep the prayers coming, and again, thank you for your love and continued prayers. So the next day was March 22nd, 2007. It was a Thursday. I just woke up, and the moment I did, the nightmare came back to me. It seems the only time we can escape it is to sleep. Why can't we just sleep through this? I know, not reality, but it sure would be easier. We had some visitors last night. Kim and Diana from our Bible study class came over and brought food, flowers, hugs, and a few tears. We loved it. This is the part where I'm going to tuck up. Kim crawled up in bed with me and held me while I cried. I had done the same thing when we got home yesterday. It started when I was reading all of the wonderful guest book entries. I guess we really didn't realize how loved we were. It was so touching. Whew. We find out today the sex of the baby via chromosomal analysis. We have chosen 2 very special names, although we have decided not to make the name public until the sex is determined. Just a thing of ours. Once the sex is determined, we will know how to proceed. One step at a time for us. If we think further down the road, we will crumble, so this is better for our sanity. I would like for everyone to take a few minutes today to hug your kids, love on them, and tell them how special they are and what miracles they are. Tell your husband/wife or whoever how much you love them and appreciate them. Brad and I have found a love for each other I didn't know existed. I'm truly blessed to have him in my life. I would have died inside if it hadn't been for him. I'll update as I know more. Thank you for letting me vent. Carmen. So this is later that day, and this is going to be the last entry, so I'll end with this one. Thursday, March 22nd. We're still waiting anxiously by the phone. I almost feel like I'm back in high school, sitting by the phone asking myself, is he going to call me? We had a sweet day today. Our cleaning lady came, praise God, and I told her what was going on in my broken Spanish. She gave me a hug and petted my belly. To get out of her hair, we had breakfast at IHOP. Where we were sitting, I could see a little girl, about a year old or so, sitting in her mother's lap. She would go from her Grammy's lap, then back to Mommy, then back to Grammy. She appeared to have Down syndrome. She was beautiful. I'll never forget it. She was wearing red, and she had a little bow in her hair. Anyway, back to the thing. Anyway, she was giving kisses over and over to Grammy and flirting with a little old man at the table next to them. She had the most darling blonde hair, and it was clipped on top of her head like a little blonde fountain. She waved bye-bye to everyone that passed her table. It was so sweet to watch, and I couldn't help but be jealous. After IHOP, we dropped off our stuff at the dry cleaners. We went to Bed Bath & Beyond to spend our wedding gift cards. By the way, November, this is probably 5 months after we got married. So, anyway, we went to spend our wedding gift cards. We were amazed to discover that in a store that huge with such a variety, we couldn't find a thing in the world we needed. Once we left there, we got an inch-thick layer of pollen off the car at the car wash. If you live anywhere in Texas, you know pollen is a thing, especially in Southeast Texas. After that, we went to a movie. I had my phone in my hand the whole time and would check it over and over to make sure it was still working. No call yet. The waiting is driving me insane. I'll let you know what we hear as soon as we hear it. Keep praying. I know we are, Carmen. So that's part one. Part two is going to be coming. I don't know when, but until then, hit that like button, thumb up, whatever. Give me a like. Subscribe to my channel, please. And hit the little button that turns the bell on so you get notifications of the next parts of my journal. So, love your loved ones, love your kids. Peace out. And my name is Carmen. Welcome to my life. Bye.